I'll
Go
get you
for it,
going.
yeah.
Right now? What percent of the U.S. population do you think is homeless?
I feel as if close to 35% of the world, or U.S. population is homeless.
How do you feel about homelessness in your local community?
I don't see homelessness a lot in my local community. I think that when I travel to Portland, I see it most. It breaks my heart. It makes me sad. I think that everyone around me is, I don't know, privileged, and they're not, and it really hurts me.
What percent of homeless do you think have a mental illness?
I think a lot of them have mental illnesses, and I think it hurts them on the streets. I think that, I don't know, being separated from their environments and society like that really can have a toll and an effect on the brain.
Have you ever been to a soup kitchen or helped homeless in any other way?
I actually have. I packaged food for homeless one time, and it was really eye-opening, and it really filled my heart.
What percent of the U.S. population do you think is homeless and why?
Probably 25%.
Okay. Have you ever heard anything about? Okay, nope, that's not a question. How do you feel about homelessness in your community?
I think it's sad.
Does it make you like uncomfortable if they're like near your house or anything?
It does a little bit.
Okay. What percent of homeless people do you think have a mental illness?
Probably a big percentage, probably 15%.
Okay. Have you ever been to a soup kitchen or helped homeless in any other way?
Nope.
No. Jeez. What is your perception of why people are homeless? Do you think it's like their own fault or their own issue or?
No, I think there's different reasons, but I think just the way society works probably margins some people.
Awesome. I think that's it. Thank
What percent of the U.S. population do you think is homeless?
40%.
How do you feel about homelessness in your local community, Lake Oswego?
In Lake Oswego, I think it's a bigger issue than people realize, but definitely in Lake Oswego, not as big as an issue than even somewhere as close as Portland. That's where I think it really is concentrating.
What percent of homeless do you think have a mental illness?
I would say the majority, definitely over 50, probably like 70%.
Have you ever been to a soup kitchen or helped the homeless in any other way?
Yeah, so I'm part of a great club called Fed Club, so Food Everyone Deserves. We make sandwiches and pass it out to the homeless in downtown. And then I've worked at the Oregon Food Bank a couple of times. Well, I guess that's not quite. Yeah.
It works.
It's food.
It's food.
That it?
Yep. What percent of the U.S. population do you think is homeless?
I would say, like, I'm gonna sound so dumb. I would say 12%.
How do you feel about homelessness in your local community?
Like in Lake Oswego?
Yes, like in Lake Oswego.
I don't really see a lot of homeless people in Lake Oswego. But in Portland, I know it's really prominent, and it's pretty sad.
What percent of homeless do you think have a mental illness?
I'd say a little over half, like 60%.
Have you ever helped at a local soup kitchen or helped the homeless in any other way?
Yeah, I have. I've been to a soup kitchen with my team, and I've gone a couple times with my family.
Well, thank you.
In the United States, about 3.5 million people experience homelessness every year.
35% of those homeless have families with children. This is also the fastest growing segment of the homeless population.
20 to 25% of homeless people have a mental illness.
Yo, so what are you guys doing after the game on Friday?
Probably go to my house. Yeah, we go to my house if you guys want to.
Maybe my house. Peter, what about your house?
Go to Pete's. Yeah, let's just go to Quentin's. That sounds fun. Alright, keep the day.
Alright, let's go. Let's get out of here.
My car's over this way.
Yeah, my car's here. Peace, guys.
See you,
See ya.
I'll trade you Jeremy Macklin for DeAndre Hopkins, straight up.
Yo, what's up, guys? Such a trade. What's up, guys? I swear to God, I just saw like this freaking high school kid like come out of the bushes, like he was sleeping there or something. Like, I don't know. He's like, are you serious?
Dude, there's no homeless people in Lake Oswego.
What are you talking about? Yeah, dude, I swear, I just saw it.
Yeah, there's no way.
It's probably some sketchy dude from Walton.
Yeah. This isn't Wilson.
Peter? What are you doing?
Oh, what's up, Q?
You missed Cow. What are you doing?
No, I just didn't even sleep last night.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Let's go to class. Oh my God, he's so funny.
Yo, is that Peter?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Dude, what are you doing back there?
I was just going for a walk.
Back there?
Yeah, there's trails and everything back there. It's just, I don't know, going for a walk. And I'll see you guys in the night.
Alright, see ya.
Don't miss couch. Bro, did you guys see Angela's tweet last night? No, what's it? She and Joe broke up. Look at this.
Dude, Joe's the star of the football team.
No way. Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, baby?
Pretty good.
You tell us? It's acting a little strange, but dude. You can talk to us, Pete. We're all friends.
Yeah, I actually wanted to say you guys for one that a few weeks ago my parents both lost their jobs. They sold the house. And I'm actually just
I can't do this right now, right?
what was that, dude?
Yeah, we didn't know.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, yeah,
You should have told us earlier. You can stay at my house.
Yeah, for sure. I got a room if you ever need it.
Thank you guys so much.
Sorry about that. Of course, buddy.
Thank you.
Quentin, did you have any idea that Peter was homeless?
You know, I really didn't, because we're living in an affluent community, and you don't think about things like teenagers being homeless and people not having meals, so it was pretty eye-opening to see one of your best friends turn out to not have a place to live at night.
What % of homeless do you think have a mental illness?
I'm gonna have to go with 98%. Wow. Or because like a lot of homeless people, when they find food, it's mostly out of the trash. Or
Jake, how did that make you feel when you found out that Peter was homeless?
Honestly, it made me really uncomfortable. I had no idea that somebody in my community, such like an affluent community of Lake Oswego, would be homeless, and it just, I don't know, I didn't like it.
Tyler, what did you learn when you found out one of your friends was homeless?
Well, I learned that it's so hard to spot someone who doesn't have a place to live. I mean, we've been friends with Peter for so long, and we hang out with him all the time, and we had no idea. And so I just feel really bad. And I've learned that, you know, you walk down the street and you never really know what people's situation is outside of school.
Talk about.
You guys should be in the bed of my truck and be like, hey!
Yo, you got it.
No, that's not how I do it.
Who cares, right?
That's definitely a blooper.
okay.
We did it!